So this is a real life update. So I'll be talking something about my workplace and some things which have been happening, which are so in alignment with what we call as unworthiness. So if there's a belief inside of you that you're not worthy of something, you some or the other way, even if the situations are favorable to you, you start manifesting bad things to you. And when I say bad things, I should not be using the word bad, but what I'm saying is it's not of a good nature. So I was with a very good client and I'd been working with them for almost like 1 year, 2 months or something. And recently I got changed into some other project or some other client, and to be honest, it's not something which I would manifest myself for. I mean, the client is, it's like it's a kind of a headache. So rather than going into details of what the client is and what the client is not, I would just say this one thing, that it's not something which I would have consciously manifested it. So yeah, I'm right now facing a lot of issues and I'm trying to get something better for me. So I've started applying for jobs and all that stuff, but what I would want you to take as a takeaway is, so sometimes you might have some kind of inner belief inside of you that the position you are in, maybe somewhere you're just unworthy. I mean, it might not be a very dominant belief, but somewhere there might come as times of doubt. And what happens is that if you don't address that wound wherein you feel that you are being unworthy for something, or that's what you believe about yourself, maybe dominantly or maybe even in little moments of doubt. So as we say that a stitch in time saves 9. So when you address that unworthy belief as soon as possible, at least you will get ahead of it. You will not keep brooding about it in some or the other way inside of your mind. But when you don't address it and somehow you feel this, that maybe this is what I deserve, maybe that is why nothing is happening in the 3D for me, because somewhere I am not prepared enough, somewhere I am not good enough. So you need to really address that, because it's not necessary for you to know each and everything when you join a new position or when you join a new responsibility. So when I became a manager, I didn't know how I would perform. I just made this a point that I'm a manager and I know how to manage people. I had never had any prior experience of being a manager, obviously, but somehow I believed in myself, and that's why I'm doing a good job. But there was something else which I was taking care of, and that was with my old client, and everything was so good. But this moments of doubt, I think, is what landed me up here, and that is what I would want to say to all of you. And there's one more thing which I would like to address. So today I was going through a video of Louise, which was about she was talking about abundance. She was talking about how to be prosperous. So as I already mentioned, that sometimes we think that we don't deserve large amounts of money, okay? And I'm not talking about myself, because I know that I do deserve large amount of money. But some of you might have this belief that you don't deserve large amount of money, because somehow or the other way, you have this whole story that whenever I get money, it ends up being taken away, or it ends up being, like you spend a lot. So you need to go inside the story. So a lady in Louise's workshop was saying that in her childhood, her father used to give her money, and then he also used to take it away from her, because somehow he was sort of manipulating her. always I was saying that, you know, you really need to forgive this person for whatever he has done, because he did the best he could at that point of time. And this is similar to all of us. Like, maybe there's a younger self who didn't know how to spend money well, or maybe spent the whole large amount of money on in a very short period, and maybe you don't know how to actually save money. But then there's this thing, that's the old you, it's not the new you. You are a new person now, and you're someone who can retain money, and no matter how much amount of money you spend, it always comes back to you. So, you know, like, money is a Nile river to you. You should have this kind of concept. So, coming back to this topic of finding a better job with a better environment, I'm trying to manifest a job at the automobile industry, somewhere where it is high paying, or maybe with a very good environment. So these are some of my requirements, and I like talking about it just because when we focus on those things, we draw those experiences into our alignment or into our life, and that is what is important to us, rather than keeping on speaking about things which you don't want in your life. You should speak more about what you do want in your life, and that's what manifestation is all about. So no matter what it is, don't let circumstances upset you, don't let people upset you, don't let people who don't know what happiness is, or maybe they are unhappy some or the other way in their life, let affect you, because everything is temporary. See, when we were going through the times of COVID at that point of time, so I mean, the 3D was at our face. The 3D was intolerable, to be honest, because so many people were dying, so many things were happening, and there was even a time when we felt like this could go on for years. But there's always an expiry date of bad times, bad circumstance, bad things. Circumstances change, and the only thing which is constant is things change, and nothing is set in stone. It's not like that, you know, just because you're going through something, you will go through it forever. No, things change. You don't even know. It's the belief which matters to you. So you believe that I deserve good things, you believe that I draw favorable experiences, and I see a lot of clients of mine, maybe previous clients or maybe current clients, who are always talking about my SP did this, my SP did that, my SP didn't wish me on my birthday, my SP didn't wish me on my the day I got promoted. Please leave it alone, because it's not that I'm dismissing what you feel. I literally understand your pain, because I have been through it at some point of time. But the more you focus on those things, the more you will draw those more into your experience. The more you say that things are never going to change, and even if, you know, I blabber all my whatever I feel inside for my SP, and he will just throw it away, then trust me, he will throw it away, because it's what you are assigning that role to your SP, that, you know what, you will do this, and of course they will reflect it back to you. So just be very thoughtful of what you say. Just be very thoughtful of how you speak to yourself. When you're alone, you should be speaking kindly about yourself. When you're alone, you should be taking care of your thoughts. You should be taking care of, you know, like the inner dialogue of what you deserve and what you don't deserve, of how you see your SP. All these should be taken care of. And it's not just about SP, even your concepts about money, your concepts about your job, the current role you are in, and maybe something unfavorable which you are going through right now, everything will pass away. Just trust me, mark my words. In some or the other way, I don't know when it will, but it eventually will. So that's about it for today. Thank you.